All right, it was obviously we got a chance to play last Thursday, go and play the national team. I thought, for a great cause, and it was pretty cool to see the rink filled up. I think that was the largest gate they've ever had for a game there, and I thought we did a lot of good things. And we've asked our guys to not treat it like an exhibition and play how we need to play to be a good hockey team. I thought for the most part we did that, and so now we practiced on Saturday, and then we practiced this week and ready to play Lindenwood. They're a really good team. I look, a ton of respect for their coach, Bill McCulty. He's a guy that's obviously had a heck of a career, but really worked his way up through coaching. He got done playing. He started out in the North American League, ended up going to, ended up coaching at Michigan Tech to kind of turn that thing around big time. Went and won a USHL championship in Tri-City, then was at University of Michigan, and obviously recruited and developed a ton of really good players. So they're a really good team, well coached. They make it hard on you to get to the inside. Committed to play team hockey, so it'll be a really good test for our group this weekend.
Obviously, I'm sure there's a lot of. Oh, I didn't realize there was a microphone. Sorry. Obviously, there's self-belief with your group that you're one of the best teams in the country, but when you see the polls recognize that and you're the number one team, does that change expectations with the group or how you approach it?
No, I think that's been the approach since we got here, 2.5 years ago, right? Is polls are fine, but those are people's opinions and they change, and they're not necessarily substance there. We want to focus on things that matter, and that's getting better. And for our guys, that's the approach. And we talked as a group too. Is I do think in sports, if you don't choose to remain humble, you'll get humbled pretty fast. So we got a lot to work on as a group, and again, that's been the message since we got here, and our guys have bought into it.
You mentioned that Lindenwood makes it hard on teams, but what specifically have you seen for them? Obviously, starting the year going to Wisconsin, winning there, playing Ohio State well.
Yeah. No, and then went to Denver too. So they played really good teams on the road. So they're not going to come in here and they're going to be ready to go. And I think again they're well coached, they're physical, they're competitive, and again they make it really hard to get to the inside. And I think that with teams like that, you can fall in love with the outside and think you're accomplishing something. And that'll be our test, and it'll be a big one.
How have you seen Nick kind of fold in with this team? Obviously, you put him on a line with Vlad to kind of maybe help him along, but just coming in as a grad guy, how has he really contributed?
Yeah, it's been cool for him. I think, it's one of the unique things for him coming back here, right? Transferring from Colorado College, a chance to share his college hockey experience with his family, right? He's a Michigander, and, he's a guy that does it the right way every day. He's super committed. And I think just having that veteran presence, right? He's played a lot of college hockey games and played in a good conference before he came to us. So he's got a poise to him back there, and he's found a way to contribute on the offensive side for us. Like he's good at moving pucks, good at getting pucks through, and having a veteran presence back there. We're still young on the back end. It has been huge.
Coach, obviously you have a team that's averaging those 3.8 goals a game, but 1.8 of that's coming from your blue liners, the defensive scoring, first in the Big Ten, fifth in the NCAA, if I remember correctly. What does it mean to have defensemen that are contributing so much on the defensive side of things, but also with goals and with assists?
Yeah, I think that's an important part for how we want to try to play, right? We need all five guys. When we're on defense, all five guys contribute, and then when we're on offense, we need all five guys to contribute. And I think it's a little bit of product. You try to play team hockey, and the guys' ability to move the puck and share it around. And obviously, we need them to be great defending to start. But if you want to have success at any level of hockey, you really need your defense involved. And so far we have a group of guys that have done that.
Awesome. And then I don't want to make you talk about yourself too much, but obviously best start to the season since the 99-2000 campaign, now first in the country since 2007. When you walked into this program in 2022 to lead it, did you think that this would be the result 3 seasons in?
Yeah, I don't think our staff spent much time thinking about that, to be honest with you. It was just about getting better. And I think when we got here, we had some really good players. We just had to help them get better, and obviously walked into a beautiful facility, and that helps us in recruiting. But the facility's not going to make you a hockey player. You got to put the work in, and we got a group of guys that have bought into. I got a ton of respect for our guys. Like what we ask of our guys is super hard, and it's not. You can't do this if you're not committed away from the rink and sleeping the right way and eating the right way. And last year we had the highest grade point in the history of our program. So I think D. Mike says this all the time, and I believe in it, is like how you do one thing is how you do everything. So recruiting the right families and kids that are into that. So I don't think we really said, hey, we're going to do this or do that. We just wanted to focus on getting better and focus on kind of I know it's boring, but the process of it, and the results will take care of themselves.
Obviously, you've seen Luka get into the game a few more times this season. Just how much have you seen his confidence grow as a goaltender, obviously backing up to Trey, but even seeing their relationship grow and seeing him grow on the ice too?
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, I think, obviously we know Luka wants to play, and he's a really good goalie, and he just happens to be behind a really, really good goalie, and so, but it's competitive, and I think Luka's done a heck of a job of finding the balance between, waving the white flag and still competing for the spot, and every day we see him compete, and he also doesn't sulk, and I think that's important because that can impact the rest of the team and even impact, Trey, and so supporting him, it's a healthy competition, and we're confident in Luka. His number's going to be called, and we know he'll go in there and do a great job.
Charlie Stramel's already up to 8 points in 10 games, and I know points aren't everything with players, and especially a player like him. But I'm curious, with these program guys that you had experience with before, what is it about coaching them again that gets them to sort of reach that higher potential that they have?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're just obviously it's on them. We talk to our guys about that, right? Take responsibility for your development, and if you're waiting for the coach to be the reason, it's got to be your deal, And so, I think Charlie had a great summer to start, right? He set himself up and got himself in really good shape. So now you're controlling things you can control, and he's a big power forward, and like you said, I mean, points are going to come, but his ability to impact the game in other areas, he's an athlete. He's great on the penalty kill. He's great 4-on-4, 3-on-3. So he's been a huge positive team. And I think too, we got him. He's still a young hockey player. He hadn't turned 20 yet, right? So I think that he's just scratching the surface of what he can be.
Obviously, having the holiday the day before the game, how does that impact your schedule this week and how you kind of prepare for the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's business as usual. Obviously, Thanksgiving is a special holiday, and all of our guys and staff have a lot to be thankful for. And we'll practice on Thanksgiving. I'm sure some of the guys in the Metro Detroit area will get home and bring some of the guys back. But that's again why we respect our guys. They do sacrifice quite a bit to be here, and so you're missing out on some of those times. But I think the best way to show you appreciate or thankful is with your effort and your attitude. And we got an opportunity to do that this weekend.
Obviously, coming in now the number 1 ranked team in the country, I'm wondering, does your staff or do any of your players, are you sort of feeling any extra motivation from getting that top ranked spot, or maybe a little extra pressure at all?
No, I don't think. Again, we talked to the group about that. It's just focus on things that have substance, and we really don't think rankings do, right? You just got to get better, and our guys again have bought into that, and so we got to stay focused on and continue to improve, and rankings will change and all that. Our goal is every time we put on the gear, whether it be practice or weight room or a game, we're a better hockey team at the end of the day than we were at the start of the day, and we've done a pretty good job of that so far, and so that'll remain the focus. Good. Thank you. Thanks.